Hi guys, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to another video on my channel today. Today in this episode, guys, welcome on into another tier list video, as a matter of fact. So in today's tier list, as a matter of fact, for quite a while, I've actually have been wanting to do a Reese Witherspoon tier list movies. So basically, these are all the Reese Witherspoon movies that I have seen, and I always wanted to do a tier list, and I've been trying to figure out how to make an actual tier list for a little while now. So I thought, and then when I finally figured that out, I could finally go on the website and finding just a random tier list. I can make my own now, using the tier list website, as a matter of fact. Here is my here. So I'm only including the Reese Witherspoon movies I've seen. So I think I've seen everything that's big and major, I think. So I don't think I'm really missing one that I have not seen, as a matter of fact. So yeah, guys, be sure you guys, if you guys are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and physical media related content. I also do Lego related stuff. I play video games. I do all sorts of stuff like that here on the channel. So if you guys like to watch anything like that on YouTube, be sure you go check out my channel, as a matter of fact, because there will definitely be something in there for you to enjoy. And be sure you click like on this video, share this video with your friends, and hit that red subscribe button. But most importantly, press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And those of you guys that are not new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you go subscribe right after this video, guys. So without any further ado, guys, enjoy the video. Let's get started here. Okay, so the tiers I have are best to the best, great, good, okay, meh, bad, and awful, as a matter of fact. So first up here, we have Legally Blonde. And you guys all know that Reese Witherspoon is my favorite actress. This is my favorite movie, and it's easily going up in best to the best, as a matter of fact. I love the first Legally Blonde. I'm normally not into chick flick movies, but Legally Blonde is my favorite chick flick movie, as a matter of fact, and one of the only chick flick movies that I can easily get through, as a matter of fact. I think this movie is pretty funny. I really like Reese Witherspoon's performance as Elle Woods. I can't even see anybody else playing the character but her. Even if they were to do a third Legally Blonde, at this period in time, I would still think Reese Witherspoon could play the character, because they could make a little bit of an older Elle Woods, as a matter of fact. And I like the first one just as much as the second one. We'll get into the second one later, as a matter of fact, because the second one is definitely on this list, obviously. Next up, we got Mud. So, in case you guys, so those of you that have no idea what this movie is, this is some kind of drama with Matthew McConaughey and Reese Witherspoon. It's about Matthew McConaughey. I can't remember what it's really about. I've only seen this movie one time, and I don't really remember this movie that well, but it is on this list, though, because I have seen it. It's somewhat forgettable, as a matter of fact, but yeah, this movie is pretty forgettable, so I am actually gonna stick this on the meh tier, because I don't really remember this movie, and this movie is somewhat forgettable in my opinion. Next up on our list, we have Man in the Moon, and it's not quite God tier for me, but but this is easily going on the great tier for me. So, Man in the Moon is one of my favorite movies from the 90s. As a matter of fact, I want to say this came out in like 1991 or like 93, something like that. But Reese Witherspoon was like 16 or 17 when she did this movie, and this movie was pretty good and pretty entertaining for a rom-com, in my opinion. So basically, it's about this young girl and her sister. They live on a farm with their family, and then the older sister is in love with the guy that lives on another farm down just that lives just down the road. But then Reese Witherspoon, she plays the younger sister in this movie. She ends up falling in love with him, but then towards the end of the movie, the guy dies in a tractor accident. It's pretty sad, but this movie is a really enjoyable movie, and I feel like this movie is iconic for me. I feel like I need to watch this movie one more time, or possibly even two more times, and then this movie might bump up to iconic for me. Next up on the list, we have Sing 2. So, Sing 2 is... No, I meant not Sing 2, the first Sing. I skipped Sing 2 because I wanted to talk about the first Sing first. So, this movie has a great cast. It has a phenomenal soundtrack. I really like this first movie that for Sing, and it's definitely one of Illumination's better movies in my opinion, and I think this is phenomenal. Like, it has an all-star cast too. Obviously, you got Reese Witherspoon. You not only that, you also have Matthew McConaughey, Taron Egerton is in this movie, Nick Kroll's in this movie, Scarlett Johansson is in this movie. Seth MacFarlane is also in this movie. Unfortunately, he wasn't in the second one for some reason because they took his character out for some reason. But yeah, I really enjoy the first Sing. But now we have to talk about Sing 2. And Sing 2 is an easy best to the best, as a matter of fact. So now with Sing 2, it is actually one of my favorite animated movies, period. This has a great soundtrack like the first Sing, but then but they brought everybody back except for, sorry guys, I'm trying not to stutter, except for Seth MacFarlane, because like I said, for some reason they removed his character from the second movie, and I don't know. I'm not so sure if he got busy or if he didn't want to come back or whatever. But he did voice the mouse in the first Sing, and I did also hear that we have a Sing 3 in development. So hopefully they'll get him back for Sing 3, because I would love to see him make a return, as a matter of fact. Oh boy. If you guys know me, you know where this next movie is going to go. We have the Academy Award nominated Cruel Intentions. This piece of crap that some people think is art is going on the awful tier. So if you guys have watched my channel for any determined amount of time, or if you followed me for a long enough time, you guys know that I do not like Cruel Intentions at all whatsoever. I hate when I have to sit through this movie, and every time somebody brings it up, I get angry, because Reese Witherspoon's ex-husband, Ryan Phillippe, is in this movie. And I do not care for Ryan Phillippe at all. he mistreated Reese Witherspoon. I don't like him as an actor, and he plays a very cruel guy in this movie, and he cheats on girls. He does inappropriate things to girls, like he does sexual things that are like a huge no-no. I'm trying to keep my videos I try to keep my videos PG, guys, so I don't have to like talk about anything inappropriate, as a matter of fact. But yeah, there is a lot of inappropriate crap in this movie, and basically it's just all it is. It's just about him mistreating women, and this movie is just absurd to me, and everything it does is just it just gets more and more absurd, as a matter of fact. It just gets more absurd, and I absolutely do not like that movie at all. And you guys know that it's one of my least favorite movies of all time. It's one of the worst movies of all time, in my opinion, period, as a matter of fact. Ooh, we come to Monsters versus Aliens. And if you guys know me, I really like this movie, and this is an easy best of the best tier for me, as a matter of fact. Yeah, this, out of every DreamWorks animation film, this one is my favorite. Not because Reese Witherspoon is in it. This is a DreamWorks movie that I have so much nostalgia attached to, as a matter of fact. It's my favorite standalone DreamWorks movie because it's one of the movies that DreamWorks Animation has done, and has now gotten a sequel. And I've heard they planned to do a sequel, but then they decided not to because it bombed at the box office. And I was severely disappointed that they didn't do a sequel to it, because I would actually love to see another Monsters versus Aliens. And so when she did sing, I was happy that they did a second one, because the previous animation movie that she did, Monsters versus Aliens, was also really good, but it didn't get a sequel, and I was severely disappointed by that. And yeah, nothing is gonna kick. I don't think I will love another animated movie over this movie. It is there to stay, as a matter of fact, and I'm sure most people, disagree with me because they think that Monsters vs. Aliens is pretty forgettable. Next up on our list, we have Home Again. And this one is an easy great tier for me, as a matter of fact. I'm gonna put it right there, as a matter of fact. I really like Home Again. I feel like this is an underrated movie, in my opinion. It's a chick flick movie. It's another chick flick movie, and it is and it's a really heartwarming story, and it's a pretty meaningful movie, in my opinion, because basically it's about all of these guys that don't have a home. And so Reese Witherspoon lets all these guys into her house to like give them like a place to live, as a matter of fact. I just like the whole story on this movie, and I think it's great. Now, this is another one I need to rewatch multiple times, and then maybe it will bump up in best of the best for me. But as of right now, it lands in great, and it has potential and it has potential to move up into the best of the best tier. Next up on our list, we have Rendition. Rendition is what it's called. So, those of you, this is another one you might ask me why. So this movie is actually an action thriller starring Reese Witherspoon, Jake Gyllenhaal, and and Meryl Streep. And this is another one I didn't particularly care for either. So this one is going to go on the bad tier. I don't even remember what this movie was about. I just remember watching it at one point, and I didn't really care for the movie like at all. And yeah. And I've just never gone back to rewatch it because I watched it that one time and I didn't really care for it because I was boring and it didn't feel like it was that very action packed of a movie for like an action thriller, in my personal opinion. Next up on our list, we have Devils Cannot. And that is an easy awful tier for me. This is another one that you guys are going to ask me, Matthew, what the hell is Devils Cannot? Well, it's a psychological thriller starring Reese Witherspoon and Colin Firth, the guy that played Harry Hart in the Kingsman movies, and he also played one of the dads in Mamma Mia, if you've seen Mamma Mia. But yeah, I only watched half of this movie because I didn't really particularly care for it at all. I didn't understand this movie. There was awful things happening to children. And yeah, you guys know I don't like watching awful things happening to children. That is a hard no for me, as a matter of fact. And it's definitely an awful tier movie for me, as a matter of fact. Next up on our list, we have Legally Blonde 2. So this is definitely a best of the best movie for me, as a matter of fact, and it's going right next to the first one in best of the best. And I really like the second Legally Blonde. Like I know a lot of people don't like comedy sequels at all, but and I always say I agree half of the time, because I will agree I don't like the second Zoolander or the second Anchorman movie. I don't like either one of those. I also don't like I'm trying to think of another comedy sequel I don't like, but regardless, I disagree when it comes to the second Legally Blonde, because it's not a direct rehash of the first movie, and the second Zoolander and the second Anchorman has that exact same. The sequel in those movies rehash the first movie, and I think Ted also has the same case scenario, because that first movie is really funny. I agree with that, but then the second one is just way overhated. But I think it's just as good as the first one, because it's another example. Because the second Ted is also not a direct rehash of the first one, and Legally Blonde 2 is not a direct rehash of the first one. I mean, if Legally Blonde 2 was like a direct rehash of the first movie, I will 100% agree I possibly will think it's a bad movie, but I'm not exactly sure, because the second Dumb and Dumber was a rehash of the first movie, and I even thought that was just as good as the first one. Despite being a rehash of the first movie, I still thought it was a good movie. I still thought it was a good movie, in my opinion, and it was pretty funny. Next up, we have Walk the Line, and this is another one that's going in straight into best of the best for me as well. So now, Walk the Line is is one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time, because this is another really good, meaningful movie that Reese Witherspoon does. Um, this is I think this was like her second. This was like her second biggest movie that put her on the map, because Legally Blonde put her on the map, and then Walk the Line was definitely a big hit, like Legally Blonde was, as a matter of fact. So yeah, I really enjoy Walk the Line. It's a really meaningful movie in my opinion, and I love this biopic and this whole story, and this whole story that they're telling based around Johnny Cash. I even love Joaquin Phoenix's performance in this movie. Reese Witherspoon even won the award for Best Actress in this movie, and I'm happy that she did, as a matter of fact, because Walk the Line is a great movie, as a matter of fact. Next up on our list, we have Hot Pursuit. This is another easy good tier in my opinion. So now this movie is pretty fun in my opinion. It's actually a pretty funny movie. Like if you guys have never seen this movie, I would recommend you watch it. This movie has like a 7% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think Hot Pursuit is a pretty funny movie. I will never understand the criticism that this movie gets, but I think it's pretty funny in my opinion. I think it's a funny movie, and this movie has also got Sofia Vergara in it, and I really like this movie. I wouldn't say it's like a great movie or anything like that, but this is definitely a once in a while watch, and because of that, it is an easy good tier for me, as a matter of fact. Next up, we have The Good Lie. So now this is another one I don't remember much about, but it's not a forgettable movie in my opinion. So I think I'm gonna put this one on the good tier. I don't remember really what this movie is about, but I do remember liking it. But it's not a forgettable movie in my opinion, because it's not a forgettable movie in my opinion because I actually remember liking this movie. This has got Reese Witherspoon in it, and part of the concept of this movie is about black people. This is a movie I definitely need to rewatch. So if I ever talk about it again on the channel, I will definitely I'll definitely have my thoughts and tell you guys what this movie is about, as a matter of fact. Next up on our list, we have Wild. So now, in case you guys were wondering, Wild is a movie that's based off of a book. And this movie goes all the way back, and not all the way back. This movie takes place down in Mexico, and it's about her long journey. It's about her long hike from Washington, not from Washington, from Mexico all the way to Washington. And this movie, I gotta put it on the bad tier. I've never actually sat down and watched this movie. This is one I actually need to sit down and watch, but my mom also likes Reese Witherspoon movies as well. But unfortunately, she even thought this movie was boring. And personally, I can relate a little bit because I actually think that this movie is pretty boring too. I don't remember if I even actually sat down and watched this movie. It's definitely one I need to rewatch, as a matter of fact, because I actually think this movie is worth a rewatch. But yeah, it only lands on the bad tier for me, as a matter of fact. Next up on our list, we have Your Place or Mine. So this is the most recent entry on this list because last year in 2023, her and Ashton Kutcher did a Netflix original rom-com movie called Your Place or Mine, and I've only seen this movie once, so I'm gonna stick this one on the okay tier. Because I do think that this is a pretty good movie for what it delivers, but I don't really remember much about it, so that's why it only goes on the okay tier. But this is another one I definitely need to rewatch, as a matter of fact. But yeah, for the most part, it kind of falls in for the middle for me, but I still don't think it's a bad movie. Next up on our list, we have Election. This is another abysmal, in my opinion. So it's definitely going on the bad tier. This is another movie I don't think I even finished because the whole concept of this movie was weird. This one has got Matthew Broderick in it as well. He plays like a principal or teacher or something, and then Reese Witherspoon tries to like win him over or something. Like I said, I don't remember this movie at all because I didn't finish this movie. But yeah, I didn't particularly like this movie at all whatsoever. So yeah, it goes on the bad tier. Next up on our list, we have Penelope, and Reese Witherspoon is actually not in this movie very much. And this is just an okay movie for me anyhow. So in case you guys have never heard of this movie, it's about this girl that's born with a pig nose. And she lives at home because she can't be seen with her pig nose. And so her parents try to find her a guy. That she'll fall in love with and try to get a better life, as a matter of fact. But then the guys don't want to be with her because they think her pig nose is pretty isn't real attractive. But then on the opposite side of things, Peter Dinklage is actually in this movie as well. He's actually considered the bad guy in this movie because he tries to play the guy he plays this guy that makes fun of her pig nose and whatnot. Yeah, he's not a very nice guy in this movie. And yeah, and then Reese Witherspoon actually shows up like halfway into the movie, and she tries to like be her friend or something. So yeah, I haven't watched this movie in a while, but yeah, it's a weird concept, but it's not that bad of a movie in my opinion. Next up on our list, we have This Means War, and I am going to put this one right here on the good tier, as a matter of fact. So now, This Means War is actually another action comedy that Reese Witherspoon does. We got Tom Hardy's in this movie, and Chris Pine is also in this movie as well. So basically, they play spies and they try to win and they each try to win Reese Witherspoon over and see which guy she's gonna fall in love with eventually, as a matter of fact. So yeah, this movie is pretty good in my opinion. It's really funny, as a matter of fact. And if you guys have not seen This Means War, I would highly recommend it because it is pretty funny in my opinion, and this is another one that's not highly rated on Rotten Tomatoes, but still, this is one that me and my mom actually like. And yeah, I would definitely, and yes, this is definitely a good movie in my personal opinion. So there you have it, guys. There's my tier list of every single Reese Witherspoon movie that I have seen, as a matter of fact. Let me know down in the comment section, what Reese Witherspoon movies have you guys seen, and share your ranking of all of her movies that you have seen, as a matter of fact. But so yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, as a matter of fact, because I really had a fun time putting this tier list together. I think the next time I do a tier list will be like sometime before Halloween, as a matter of fact. So I will definitely be doing like a horror movie themed tier list or something. And I also plan to do more tier lists like this in the future. Like I'll pick an actor that I like and gather all the movies that I've seen and do like a tier list like I just did with Reese Witherspoon. So if you guys have any suggestions on which actors' movies I should do for a tier list next, please do drop it in the comment section, because I am open to ideas from you, as a matter of fact. But with that said, though, guys, that pretty much wraps up this video. If you guys are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and physical media related content. I also do Lego related stuff. I play video games. I do all sorts of stuff like that here on the channel, as a matter of fact. So if you guys like to watch anything like that on YouTube, be sure to go check out my channel, because there will definitely be something in there for you to enjoy, as a matter of fact. And be sure to click like on this video, share this video with your friends, and hit that red subscribe button. But most importantly, make sure you press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And those of you guys that are not new to the channel, and if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you go subscribe right after this video, guys. But thank you for do, guys. That is going to do it for this episode. I'm going to go get ready back to more videos, because more videos are on the way sooner rather than later, as a matter of fact, guys. But with that said, though, guys, take care, drink water, and stay safe, and I will see you all in the very next video. Bye!